From David Villa to Carles Puyol, Xavi Hernández to Sergio Ramos, there's been no shortage of title-winning legends that have called the Ciudad del Fútbol home. And thankfully for fans of Spanish football, that trend is not set to end anytime soon. In this video, we're going to select a combined Spain 11 using the Olympics age criteria as set out by FIFA. That means all players born on or after the 1st of January 1997 are available. So we're going to present a talent-stacked shortlist, make a few head-to-head comparisons, and then narrow it down to a final competitive team. Spain aren't typically blessed with a deep pool of young goalkeeping talent at the moment, but there are a few diamonds in the rough. Huesca's Álvaro Fernández is the only goalkeeper in the list to have already lifted a league title. The 22-year-old saved the joint most penalties during the 2019-20 Segunda season and kept the 4th most clean sheets in the league. Another former Segunda stopper on the shortlist is Josep Martinez. His standout performances for Las Palmas earned him a move to RB Leipzig in the summer, a club becoming famous for their ability to spot and develop young talent. Our number one, though, has already established himself as one of the best in La Liga. Unai Simon ranked first in Spain's top flight for goals prevented during the 2019-20 season, a key reason why Athletic avoided a relegation scrap. His first senior call-up in August 2020 was announced the same day as a new 5-year contract, which did not include a set release clause. Potential suitors will have a tough time prying him away from the Bilbao club anytime soon, and there will be plenty of them. No nation can rival England's right-back depth, but Spain can still call on players from the likes of Borussia Dortmund and Manchester City. The departure of Achraf Hakimi has given Matteo Murray a clear path to be Dortmund's future right-back. He's already won the UEFA Youth League with his former club Barcelona and was a standout player for Spain when they lifted the UEFA Under-17 European Championship in 2017, beating Jadon Sancho's England in the final. From the least experienced in Murray to the most experienced in Pablo Maffeo. A prototypical modern fullback with blistering pace, excellent on-the-ball control and mature defensive instincts, he fits a similar mould to the likes of Dani Carvajal and Jesus Navas. For this Spain 11 of the future, however, it is 21-year-old Man City loanee Pedro Porro who shines the brightest. Playing in both midfield and defensive positions up and down the right since the 2018-19 season, he's now establishing himself as a key cog in Sporting Lisbon's side. Spain have an embarrassment of riches across the left side of the pitch. It's the strongest area in the squad by some margin. Valencia's Toni Lato and Juan Miranda, on loan at Real Betis from Barcelona, both have big seasons ahead of them and will be desperate to throw their names in the ring for a chance at Spain's left-back spot. But it is RB Leipzig's Angelino and Getafe's Marc Cucurella that looks set to contest the legendary left-back position for a long time. Cucurella announced himself as a dynamic pressing machine during 2019-20. He ranked in the top 10 for open play crosses, tackles made, possession won in the final third, and minutes played. Availability is perhaps the most important stat of them all. However, for this squad, it's once again the Man City loanee that gets the nod. Under Julian Nagelsmann, Angelino is developing into an unstoppable attacking wing-back, sending a barrage of crosses into the box and even turning up to score himself. At centre-back, we've already seen a changing of the guard since Luis Enrique's return to the Spain dugout. Valencia's anchor, Hugo Guillamon, is bizarrely one of 5 players in this 6-man shortlist born in the first month of the year. So it's no surprise the first choice pairing is made up of 2 more supreme January talents. The never-ending tug-of-war between Man City and Barcelona for Eric Garcia is indicative of his undeniable talent. The true heir to Gerard Piqué already has an Under-17 and Under-19 European Championship title to his name. Partnering him on the left is Villarreal's highly coveted Pau Torres, who moved into the starting lineup and never looked back. The towering defender was dribbled past just 8 times in 34 appearances during the 2019-20 La Liga season. With a perfect yin and yang of ball-playing elegance, defensive power and that left foot right foot combo, Torres and Garcia look to be the Piqué and Sergio Ramos of Spain's national team future. If there's one thing Spain know how to do, it's produce quality central midfielders. Most expected Carlos Elena and Riqui Puig to be the future of Barcelona's playing philosophy, Both are fantastic with the ball at their feet, each boasting a near flawless 92% take-on success rate, both incredibly intelligent passers, as most La Masia products are, and both positionally diverse. Carlos Soler has struggled to really nail down a position with Valencia, being used as both a wide player and through the middle of the pitch, but for the sake of this squad, we feel his creativity is best served next to Bridge as part of the midfield trio. And after a hat-trick from the spot against Real Madrid, we might stick him on penalties too. The more advanced positions are where Spain's quality really begins to show. Manu Molanes is more of a composed facilitator rather than an immediate goal threat, but the Villarreal youngster has lacked game time in recent seasons, so still has plenty of growing to do. And with Dani Olmo playing for Champions League semi-finalist RB Leipzig and Oscar Rodriguez recently moving to Sevilla, the Europa League champions, Spain don't have to look too far for their next potential number 10. Oscar is already one of the best set-piece takers in the world, with 4 of his 9 goals last season coming from a direct free kick. And as for his direct competition, Olmo is already an established member of the main squad, scoring on his debut and following up with an assist in his next game whilst playing for one of the most exciting sides in Europe. Top scorer for Spain during the 2019 Under-21 Euros triumph, expect him to make an impact at a senior tournament soon. Spain's wide positions are absolutely crammed full of potent runners. The left wing role has to go to Barcelona's megastar in the making, Ansu Fati, perhaps the brightest young Spaniard of them all. Already having broken multiple records both in La Liga and the Champions League, Ansu is already being hyped as the heir to Messi's throne at the Camp Nou. For more in-depth analysis on him, we've linked our Squawka Scout in the comments below. But the fun doesn't stop there. Real Sociedad have become one of the best producers of talent in all of Spain over the past few seasons, which leads us to young Ander Barrenetxea. The Basque youngster broke into La Real's first team at 16 and bagged his first La Liga goal in style against a rampant Real Madrid. He then followed it up with an assist for Alexander Isak in last year's 4-3 Copa del Rey quarter-final win over Los Blancos. A relentless presser and prolific dribbler, if not for a certain Ferran Torres, he might be starting in our Olympic-eligible 11. The now Manchester City winger is a cerebral creative force, averaging a pass into the box every 10th touch last season. A replacement for El Mago David Silva, Ferran has already proven why Pep Guardiola was willing to splash the cash for his signature, becoming the first Man City player to score in each of his first 3 Champions League appearances for the club. Spain's centre-forward options aren't what they once were, with the likes of Fernando Torres, David Villa and Raúl. There are some big golden boots to fill. Athletic's Villalibre is a good all-rounder, just like his predecessor Enaritz Aduriz. He brings a different kind of threat to the others in the squad, an added element of physicality to go with his rugged Basque facial hair, if not the same technical flair we usually associate with Spanish players. Roma's Real Madrid loanee Borja Mayoral is a very different kind of striker. A more precise shot taker, he's maintained an impressive 54% shot accuracy since the start of the 2017-18 campaign. But it's all action Basque forward Mikel Oyarzabal who will be leading Spain into the future. The 23-year-old captain already has an under-21 European Championship under his belt and still has the 2019-20 Copa del Rey final to play. With 10 goals, 11 assists and so much more packed into 37 league games in 2019-20, Lionel Messi was the only other player that could match his La Liga double-double. Similar to the false 9 iteration of Cesc Fabregas at Euro 2012, Oyarzabal has all the attributes needed to help Spain conquer Europe once again. And given his fascinating penalty-taking technique, Carles Soler might not be the spot kick specialist after all. So there you have it, 33 Spanish players born after the 1st of January 1997, trying to live up to a squad that won 2 Euros and a World Cup in the space of 4 years. No pressure, chicos.